online live stream.
Disclaimer. The information and education material contained herein is meant to promote the general understanding and dialogue of GANs processing. Such information is not meant or intended to serve as a substitute for a healthcare professional's clinical training, experience, or judgment. For patients and individuals, such information is not to be a substitute for professional medical, therapeutic, or healthcare advice or counseling. For medical issues or concerns, including decisions about medications and other treatments, readers, viewers, listeners should always consult their physician or, in serious cases, seek immediate assistance from emergency personnel. Prescription information, procedures, and use of medical devices information should be undertaken only by properly trained and certified medical personnel. We specifically disclaim any warranties, express or implied, including implied warranties of merchantability or fitness for a particular purpose. Such information is provided, as is, and is believed to be accurate at the time of its publishing, but it is the viewer's job to evaluate the accuracy of any information found in this presentation. Every case presented is of their own experience, applied by themselves for themselves, and it applies to their case only. Every person experiencing health problems should seek professional medical advice and consult their course of treatment with a doctor. The processes of plasma balancing described herein are a natural process which supports the body but does not replace medical advice or therapies one is already subject to.
It's time for change to move into the real work of the universe. And it's time to understand that we use the matter state to reach the level of understanding of the soul of the man. Now you understand maybe why the Creator has sent His messengers in the name of whatever you have had. Is that they bring the ears, that it can be used when the time of the Messiah comes. They can teach the soul and the message, not to oppose, but by them understanding through those who have become Messiahs to give from their souls to these to elevate, the job is made easy. The school is there and the students are devotedly there. Then there won't be any fight between what they call the Muslims and the Christians. The lamb and the lion will eat and sleep in the same nest. The Christians and the Muslims will sleep and pray in the mosque and in the same church in the name of their souls, not in the name of religion that is used to create so much conflict for the benefit of those who were the hyperactive children. The time has come, the time of change is here. And as I said, my wish is my command. If it's your wish to see peace, path of peace is laid very clearly. It's the soul of the collective awareness. By giving will create that position of change. No other thing. There is no pen in the soul of the man. And I'm sure once you go into the universal community, you will never see anything written but the balance of the fields of the soul of the existence. Try to be humble enough not to become arrogant in the power that you have understood and you possess. Otherwise, you'll fall in the same path of the church and the mosque. This is what we promised, and this is what we have delivered. We have to understand the operation of the soul, and we have to understand the soul of the man is a star in the cosmos of the universe. If we compare the soul of the man and many of us, 7 billion in one collection, Earth is like a galaxy with so many stars. When we look in the depth of the universe, we see galaxies with hundreds of millions of stars in it. So is the planet Earth. It carries 7 billion beautiful stars, which are the soul of the man. Carries with it soul of so many trillions of animals, plants, and everything else. So if you look, when someone who does not see the physicality of the earth and its content, what do they see? They see a galaxy with so many beautiful lights shining, each one according to their strength, each one according to their position. An infant has a beautiful soul, so has the old man. To those who do not see the physical dimension of this planet, but they see the strength of the field, we are clusters of stars. The human race, every single soul, no one from a distance sees that's the soul of a fisherman, that's the soul of the cosmologist, that's the soul of the president. They all shine, irrespective of the physicality. This is the magic. This is what the new science has to bring to man. When we look to our soul, we see nothing but a star in the other souls. And this is the break. This is the understanding. This is what all these teachings are about. Coming to mature to the next level, to understand in the deep space, the universe is the oyster for those souls who serve. Then man is ready to go into space. Then man is ready to become part of the universal community which has been promised. I never promised you heaven. I always promised you the elevation of the man to join the family. And now you have the key. It's you who has to open the door to understand, if I can raise the soul of these people or millions of other souls, that the physical life on this planet changes, then I'm worthy to be part of the universal community. To be there to serve, to expand. To be there to be part, that in the cycle of life of universe, I become, in being part, I become part of the totality. When man reaches that point, a new dimension in the strength of the soul of the man will appear, which is beyond imagination of understanding of the physical life. It's the gate to the opening of the new life in a new dimension, which is beyond imagination of what you might call a new beginning, a new cycle, which that cycle carries with itself the origin of the creation of life in the universe and in the universe. It's the elevation of the soul to serve become the key, not a throne of the physical life. The time is right. The time has come for the man to go through this process.
Hello and welcome everyone to the 211th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace and Justice here on Tuesday, March 1st, 2022. This is broadcast of the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute Education Department and part of the Public Teachings in English. My name is Rick Cremond and I'll be host today, along with Mark and Elias. And we're ready to bring the Universal Council in to present today's show. And let me get that arranged here and we will begin. Okay, Universal Council, take it away.
Hello, everyone. This is Mosfek. Welcome, everyone, to One Planet, One Nation, One Race for Justice and World Peace. We are gathered here to do some things. And one of those things is to represent the Universal Council. What does it mean? I'm just an ordinary human being living in this little planet. So let's examine it from something from a simpler concept, or a concept that is more familiar to us. We have the soul, and we have our physicality. And the bridge between the two is our emotion. But in order to connect these two worlds, the world of soul and the world of physicality, we must engage the emotion at all levels. In a way, by doing so, we are exploring our inner space. Now, we can take that idea of this linking with the soul and bring the fields of the soul into operation in our physical reality. Some of the wishes we do here are along these lines. And we have been practicing this for a while. Now, as we know, one of the things we must do is connect with the universal community. Now, it's the same story here. Instead of traveling in the inner space, we are traveling in the outer space. The ideas are the same. We're connecting to a higher strength field. And in a way, the universal council, the knowledge seekers, and all of us that are involved with this plasma technology, we have learned that by engaging these fields, higher strength fields, fields beyond physicality, emotions of various kinds, we can connect to these universal fields and bring what is there to our world of this planet. As we do by engaging our soul, it's the same thing we do by engaging this understanding in our physical reality. And as Mr. Keshe talked about this on the 22nd of February, now we have the universal community open to us. What does that mean? It means that we create the interaction with these kind of fields through our effort. It's an exchange. It's an exchange of knowledge, feeling, understanding, and everything. And we bring it to this planet, and they too receive the very best we have to offer. So we are, okay, we're not quite there yet, I think. The next slide then. So, and this is, in a way, whether it's an inner journey or an outer journey to the creator. So I don't want to go too far in this direction. We may discuss it further later on, but we have to have the confidence. Our confidence means we have to have this basic understanding that we can do it. And now, after that, we can go to the next step of doing it. And for that, I can read this introductory statement, which will give us a very good clue of where we are heading, whether in the inner route or the outer route. It's the same source we are going to. through the beauty of the soul of diversity of the languages spoken on planet Earth, all souls are equal, are as equal, and all are as creators as they are created in the image of the Creator. Next slide, please. I think, who is doing this? I'm not doing this one.
Yes, this is Marie. I'm a Universal Council member for the Norwegian language. So there is a lot of things happening in the world today. And maybe this first wish is not for the big, or that what's occupies most people today, but it's still a very important part. And as you can see, Mr. Keshe talked about this when he explained war and what is going on in the world. And he said the war is what happened in Ottawa the last few days. That's the war of slavery. And I have looked at this, you know, the trucker convoy and the people who were protesting the system in Canada, and it's all over the world also. So it's not just in Ottawa or Canada. But what I saw is a lot of people who really wanted freedom, and they talked all about peace or peaceful protests, which is a human right to speak out, and peaceful protest and unity. They wanted unity among people, and you could see that if you followed all these live streams and things that were from these protests in Canada. So this is for not only for Canada, but for the whole world, everyone who wants freedom. And what is this slavery? It's the system which enslaved people. And it's brought very clear into the view of everyone the last time or the last couple of months. So that is the reason for this this wish from the Universal Council. We, the Universal Council, give from our soul and grants equality, unity, and freedom to all souls, with release of all political prisoners and removal of all slave systems, so that every soul live their life in joy, peace, and in service to the Creator. Thank you.
I am present. I am present, my dear.
I'm present.
I'm present.
I am 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 present.
I'm present.
Okay. Sveta, do you want to read this, if you are able? Well, if you are available.
Yes, yes, of course. Okay. Yes, of course. I am reading this. This is Shwetanvar, you see Hindi language. This is a beautiful wish. I am going to read this. We, the Universal Council, give from our soul freely to the souls of the Ukraine brothers and sisters. Take what you need and be safe. We give from our soul to soul of Putin and Xi to understand that war is not a solution, and there are plenty of beautiful things to achieve and nourish in this world. Let's focus on celebrating life and its beauties and creating conditions for peace living. I am present, my dear. Thank you.
I'm present.
I'm present.
I'm present.
I'm present.
I am present.
I am
I'm
present.
present.
I am present.
Okay.
Is Krasimir available?
He opened the microphone, but we don't hear him, so maybe we'll take a few minutes. Krasimir, we don't hear you. Or maybe it's me, I don't know. But
Oh, it's there's a problem with his microphone. You might have to check the Zoom connections to the mic. Oh, he says 1 second to come through the phone. So let's just be patient here.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead, Krasimir.
Okay, sorry about the delay. This wish is in relation to the current situation that is developing between Russia and Ukraine. And overall, we had a discussion with the Universal Council yesterday. What we come up to is that we really don't know the full extent of what is happening in there. So we can't really take any side in this conflict, just in the matter of truth. But still, we wanted to make a wish to share and to show that we are aware of what is happening there, and we are present with our soul in what is happening there. And that is why we brought up this wish. We, the Universal Council, wish for the creation of peaceful and truthful conditions for the ongoing negotiation between Ukraine and Russia. We wish for the United Nations, European Union, United States, China, and all NATO members, together with all country leaders and representatives, to elevate for the realization of the grave consequences for humanity and interfere in the situation only with peace and de-escalation in mind, heart, and soul. We wish for the understanding of peace as the only possible outcome for Ukraine and for humanity. I am present.
I am
I'm present.
I am
I'm
present.
present.
I am present.
I'm present.
I am present.
I'm present.
Present.
I am present.
I am present.
Do you want to speak about this to Krasimir? Remember?
Yes, now we want to invite all the participants of this meeting to have 5 minutes of silence for the souls, for the 5+1 peace negotiators and souls of the IAEA, and all souls working for peace in Vienna and the Vienna peace talks, and for the souls of world leaders and religious leaders of planet Earth.
Thank you, everybody. That will conclude the 5 minutes silence for the souls of the 5+1 peace negotiators and the souls of the IAEA, and all souls working for the peace in Vienna, and for the souls of world leaders and religious leaders of planet Earth. Thank you.
Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. This is the picture for One City, One Center, the project for world peace. As you know, we didn't achieve a lot during Christmas. Yes, my name is Stefania, and I'm the Italian language representative for the Universal Council. I'm very happy to be here. And yes, so as you know, just now we done 5 minutes of silence, and we know how powerful this is. We saw some brilliant result during Christmas, during the Vienna talk, where Mr. Keshe asked us for support at the soul level. And he said that I will be doing the most of the job at the physical level, but I need the support of all the Universal Council supporter and knowledge seeker. And as we know, the knowledge seekers, he always refer that he teach not just to Earth, but he teaching also to the universe and unicorns and so the knowledge, the people who seeking for knowledge are not just people on Earth, but this teaching goes beyond Earth and expand to the universe, unicorns, and all the galaxies. So we are many, many knowledge seekers. So when we do these 5 minutes of silence, we have to imagine that it's not just us on the planet Earth, all the knowledge seeker who are in planet Earth, but also the one outside the Earth, so in the whole universe. So there are so many of us, and many are more advanced, and you know, like they have more knowledge and other less knowledge. But as we are united and we share in knowledge, we all getting there. We all receiving. As we more giving in the knowledge, on sharing the knowledge, the more we receive more knowledge. I don't know if it was clear. Yeah. So there are many of us. So that's why we cannot fail, and it's very essential that we keep up with this work, because it's what make us united, not just as humankind, but united with the universal community. So we just strengthening that bridge. As Mr. Keshe said, in the universe, there are no pen, there are no telephone, there is no emails, there is no words. So when we connect at the soul level, we truly include everyone, every living being, or every existing living being all over in the universe. So it's a very powerful way. And last week, he reminded us, so last week was the 22/02/2022, very important day. And last week, Mr. Keshe reminded us of this communication and a connection between the universal community getting stronger and stronger. And now is really going to become more, we're going to see more the result of it. So this is something very powerful that as a tool that we have and we can use to include everyone. And as we see, there was very successful on the Vienna talk, and then that very good work has been done on the soul level. We saw the result, and the result are the one you see in the picture now. It is a result of last Christmas, of us connecting 24/7. So as you can see, because we connect, we make some changing through the negotiator of links. And now we have the 3 center who they will be delivered the flying system, because this technology can be given only in exchange of peace. So if this technology is already start to be distributed in the 3 main center, one in Linz, one in Tehran, and one in Arizona, that means that we have to remember and we have to be aware of what we are doing and the achievement we make. So if we can continue like this, we can extend this to Ukraine, we can extend it to Canada, we can extend this in every part of the world, but also we can extend this, like I said before, beyond Earth, you know, so it will have a ripple effect even the unicorns. So don't forget also the unicorns, because we are many of us. So this will help us to be more active at the soul level. And if we start to really practice the soul way, it means that we need to change the way we are thinking now. So the moment the old way of thinking, it's very connected to the material way. That's why it takes longer to get result, and we need to write a letter, we need to have meetings. There is a lot of things at the physical level who require a lot of time. So at the soul level, as we're introducing the soul level more and more, there we see much quicker result. And we include many knowledge seekers, like even beyond what you can imagine. So we are more powerful, and no one can stop us. And we have the example of Mr. Keshe gave the example of, if you remember, this knowledge seeker who make the Maghreb. He was working in the prison. For who didn't know, there is a knowledge seeker, maybe he's listening now. And he make this testimonial where in this prison, he surround the prison with the Maghreb, and then the prisoners start to change behavior. And they start to have much peaceful environment, so noticeable that then he report back the testimonial. So that one is in micro, what we can do in macro, and like Mr. Keshe said, what is done in micro is repeated in macro. So we are all Maghreb, we all plasma device, we are all the soul, we are a common denominator connected with the source, or you can call him creator, whatever. It's the same things, whatever you are familiar or to you as a meaning of name. And so we are all a common denominator, or you can call him black hole, but with more scientists. But so we can all connect into that, or we can call him soul, or soul of the man, or soul of the creator. So we can connect all to that. We all have that inside us. As we connect together, we are like not G5, but we're like a G8, G9, G10, G11. We're unbeatable. So we have to get used to this understanding and the strength that we have from within. And so if we start to use it daily, and then we reach 24/7, we're gonna see the change like Vienna talk. So this is something that we can do all together to bring peace in the world and the whole universe. So I just this is, I think, is enough as a talk, but I just want to talk about this to remind us what Mr. Keshe said last time, because he said that we don't understand the power that we have, and so we need to become aware of what we've been doing, the result we've been achieved, and keep going in any possible way. So spray the guns, giving unconditionally, find the peace inside you. You know, there are plenty of ways, and then connect to the soul level, change the environment. So there are so much we can do. So to sort out, to really change the mind, I don't know if change the mind is the right word, but to give enough of feel strength in such a way that in the people, in the mind of the politician, and in the mind of they find peace, and we achieve peace. Everyone who is part of this, I don't like calling problems, but all the things happening right now that created unbalance. So we need to bring this balance back. Okay, I finish. Sorry for talking too much, but yeah, I hope yes, you understand me. So we can go. I don't know if anyone wants to add anything, or we can go to the next slide. Okay, so this is me again. This is the Mojang, and we've been asked. So in the Universal Council, they said that there are many people that don't know what the Mojang are. They want to know more. Who knows about it? Want to know more about it? Basically, they ask us to share more of what is the Mojang and what is all about. So the Universal Council asked me to to maybe contact the people in the Mojang. So I make an announcement in the chat. We go a Mojang chat, and so one of the Mojang is with us today. But for who doesn't know what is Mojang and what the Mojang are, for is new to this, I would just really briefly tell what it is, what it was, or what it is. And it was a project that was made from Mr. Keshe around 2017. And he wanted to gather in 4 normal people. So after he approached the government, as you know, in 2012, and with a USB stick where he passed the knowledge to the governments. Then he lived them 3 years, and then he opened a school, as you know, for scientists and doctors in Italy, and he taught them face to face in the school. I think it was for another 3 years. Then he passed the knowledge so to doctor and scientists, and they to them. Those people then were the teachers of the knowledge seekers, and then they opened to the public freely for everyone to learn this technology on YouTube's, where the workshop are going now. So he makes sure that from the government to the professional doctor and scientists, and then to any average people, this knowledge will be shared. So he shared with everyone, and no one was excluded, because in YouTube it's free. So where you can find a school that it's free of charge, so it's completely free, to not exclude anyone for the knowledge. And then he made another teaching face to face, where he wanted to take for people. No need to be scientists or doctors, where he wanted to, so after he taught about the plasma technology and start to teach the CO2 box and the MAGRAPH. So after giving for free and giving the patent for free, he then Mr. Keshe made a training face-to-face where he would not use any reactor or any MAGRAPH or any guns unless the people from the Mojang wanted to. And he gave the option to also learn the plasma technology without using any tool, but using your body, because as you know, we are plasma device as well, and we have also a black hole inside us, call it soul, and we also are have a plasma reactor. So he made this project called the Mojang, and Mr. Keshe wanted to for normal people with no background. Was no requirement of any background, and he said, if I can teach those 4 people how to use their body as a plasma reactor to make their own spaceship or in group, if they can do it, everyone can do it, and with no help of any device. So he had the 2 rooms, one where the teachers he taught in the Barletta. They brought all the guns and the reactor and different tools that we could learn if we wanted to, or we could also spend time just with him in a room with nothing, and he gave us 24/7 teaching on how the universe works and sharing knowledge with us. And then we had to put in practice in the evening. He gave us some fixed point, not to be changed, clear, and all the rest was up to us, how we were practice or apply everything he would say to us. So the fixed point were that we had to go into star formation in the evening and not talk, be in silence as much as we can. For who doesn't know what star formation is, we were in 4 people, and we had to sit in different level. So 3 people has to sit in different level, and the 4th one has to be higher in compare to the other 3 at the base. So you can call him, and that's what we call star formation, and you can do with a reactor, with a MAGRAPH, or with any tool, or because you're a plasma reactor, you can do between people. So that was the main guidelines that we had. So now we decided, because people ask us to share more about the Mojang, I make an announcement in the Mojang if anyone wants to be present today. And we have 1 person present today. So it will not just be me, like a Mojang, but we have another Mojang here. We have a 3rd one, but it said it would like to, yes, it would like to be present. So if anyone has got any question or anyone, we don't know how to structure this. My idea was to anyone who wanted to make a question, or anyone want to know more about the Mojang, I think it's very important to know about it, because is when we use in the Mojang, the unique about the Mojang is that Mr. Keshe just specifically teach about the soul. And then Mr. Keshe also invite us not to use any guns or any device, and use our body, only our body. So it's very important for us to learn this as well, because that is what the soul teaching is, what we can do anytime, anywhere, everywhere, if you can master this. So if anyone wants some question, make some question to know more about our experience, there is not just me, but there is also another Mojang. So I don't know how to go from here. I don't know if Rick or Mary want to help me. I don't know how to go progress from here.
Well, I could start off with a question for you. What is the destination of the Mojang? Where is it you wish to go to?
I can talk, and then the other Mojang, if you want to say anything, he can take off the microphone, introduce himself. So, the where to go, it's to go more where to go. The main things of the Mojang was to know where your soul is, be aware that we got soul inside the body, and where it is, so locate it first. That was the wish of Mr. Keshe. You need to know that you have a soul, and the soul is like a black hole, and you need to locate it. You need to start interacting with him. And once you start to interact with this part of you that is inside you, and then you will be able to have a say and be able to control it. And why we need to do this? Because that then will teach us the inner power that we have inside us. And once we understand that, and if we start to interact with that, then we can start to learn, like Mr. Keshe, you can start to learn to walk, and then you can start to run. So the bottom line of the Mojang was that you can make a spacecraft. So you can use your body as a vehicle, and you can make this spacecraft in 4. Once we master this, then we could teach to others, and everyone can do this. Just to, I think, to empower the humankind and the people, that we are independent. So this, I think, was the main goal for me, for the Mojang. Yeah. I don't know if the other Mojang want to add anything. Did I answer your question, Rick?
Yes, beautifully. Thank you, Stefania.
Is the other Mojang want to say anything to this?
Hello, Stefania. Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
You can introduce yourself, and then so everyone knows who you are.
Yes, we can hear you good.
My name is Andreas. I'm from Switzerland, and I was one of the 4 who went with Keshe to Ghana and China for 6 weeks together with Stefania and 2 other persons. One is close as well today. And for me, it's a bit difficult, just to be honest. The best thing that happens to me right now is that I have increased heart rate beat. So I have around 120 to 140, I guess. So that is the sign that it's the right time and the right place to be right now for me. And I hadn't have that feeling for a long time. So maybe we can do this more often. To go to right to your question, Rick, where should we go? I think I haven't totally found the answer where we are right now. And from this point of view, it's just relatively where you would like to go to. Yet for me, since it's like it was in 2016 or 17 when we had the motion program, we actually just had half of it. But ever since this program just evolved and continued in so many ways, that it's going very far into deep space and very close into stony material, probably, since you get fascinated by especially symbols and pictures that you can recognize through the knowledge and understanding of what you daily experience. So where we would like to go, I would answer that I hope that we can go together. Before we leave, I think we can get a glimpse of where we could go if we look to probably there is a bird called star or starling, And if they fly together, they can move as a swarm. And this swarm intelligence, or this crowd intelligence, is basically the understanding of you, your body, and all what's in it and around it. And this is a fractal of all of it, of all there is. And so basically, as Stefani already said, the potential is infinite, or not found, where the final border, the final horizon is there. So where does knowledge lead us? For me, it needs to go to self-experience. So I have to experience or try out myself in different ways. And I think we all go through some sort of roller coaster situations, at least since a bit more than 2 years now. And so I try to remain where I am, and I feel the urge to be with more than just myself, to basically, we don't need to move, but we have to understand and see the bigger picture. And I think that's what we're here for, to do.
Okay, thank you. And I notice Caleb has a question here in the Q&A, and I'll open that microphone as well if they wish to speak. The Q&A is greetings of peace. I wonder about the Mojang. What were your insights at the beginning and through which you have developed the most afterwards? How would you share your understanding?
Shall I start, and then maybe Andrea want to say something as well? To me, the starting point was like as we are now, all of us now. So me personally, when I applied for the Mojang, I didn't know what I was applying for. I knew I wanted to do it, and I knew I wanted to study with Mr. Keshe. And I was trying for 9 years, I think, because I met Mr. Keshe the first time in 2008. And since then, I was keeping asking him to study with him, but he was always refusing. So for me, it was just something that I was trying for a very long time to find the right time to learn from him. Even though I didn't know what I was learning, it was very strange, because I had this, as soon as I met Mr. Keshe the first day, the first second, I just knew inside me that this person would brought a big change in the whole world. I don't know where this information came from or what, but the moment I saw him, in that moment, I knew I wanted to follow him or study him or get to know more about this man. There was something about I needed to know, I couldn't sleep. So I always follow these inner feelings. And then I found myself in the Mojang. So at the beginning, when I realized what it was all about, I thought, oh my God, I make a mistake. I should not be here, because I thought I didn't have the knowledge enough to do what Mr. Keshe was tell us. So Mr. Keshe, when we arrived the first day in the Mojang, he take us to this place in this hotel, and he tell us the end of the program. That it started with the end, and then from the end it came towards the beginning. It went backwards, and so he told us that we're supposed to make this spacecraft in 4. This I tell you what I remember, obviously, and of my experience. And so when I realized what we're supposed to do and what we're there for, I thought, oh my God. the wrong person. I thought I should not be there. And I never felt there was, I had the experience to be there. And I remember at the beginning when Mr. Keshe would give us this lecture about the space. So every day we were going on this university, nuclear university, and he would just speak for hours about how the space work. I remember my head was exploding, and I was thinking, I cannot take this. I just don't understand this. I don't think I will be able to put it in practice. So at the beginning, there was a lot of doubt, insecurity, a lot of talking, try to understanding, try to make it right in your head, try a lot of effort, basically, and headache. And then with time, you kind of give up. And also things start to make more sense. And also Mr. Keshe always was very good to reassure you that like he does with you and with us every week, they remind us the full potential that we have inside us. And so as the time goes by, you start to talk less, you start to try less, and you start to let go more, and you start to become more in silence, and you start to practice more, and things start to have a synchronicity more, and then things start to happening more, and you start to see them more, until you find yourself in this new place where that for me become the reality, and the world that we are in today, it become not real. So it kind of switch somehow, and at the end, things start to make more sense, more. So yes, so I think this is the same for us now, I think. So we are in a big Mojang. Yes, so now that the Mojang is finished, I can tell that this is my impression, no? To make it short. To me, from what I perceive or my understanding, for me, we did make something there and things happening there. But I know that it's not related to the place. I know that can be replicated anywhere, anytime, as long we connect in that way, and we have the same beliefs and in that way, no? So really creating conditions. So for me, that one, as long we can recreate the same condition, can be replicated, whatever happened in the Mojang. So even those after the Mojang, I realize how this life, it's now I understand what material is. Once, to me, in the Mojang, it's like we created a dimension, to me. We created an environment where things were happening very easily. And now that the Mojang is finished, I always felt that my normal life of everyday life, it feels more rigid, more solid, more material, more with less flexibility. So I do to recreate the Mojang for me now has to connect at the soul level with all of you, like we did in the 5 minutes. Really refresh myself of the soul level, what I mean working the soul level, what I mean connecting the soul level. You know, when we doing the knowledge secret workshop, or when I listen to Mr. Keshe, or when we talk about those things, for me is like go back in the Mojang again. And so I can see that we can recreate that environment. So what I can say after the Mojang, this pause, I learn a lot from the pause. Be out of the Mojang, and it really make me digest what happened in the Mojang. So I think I'm lucky on the fact, like Andreas or like the other Mojang, that we saw. I mean, I saw stuff that I would never believe could be happening, and because I felt it, I proved it, and I felt it, I lived it. I know that it's not a joke; it's a reality. Is another reality. So I know it can be made, it's possible, it's real, it's not fiction. So after now, just because everything that happened in the Mojang, to tell you the truth, I didn't plan it. I didn't thought about it. That's why I find difficult for my case to replicate it. But I'm sure that more knowledge we gain, more knowledge we share, and more connection we gain, that can be replicated very easily. Yeah, so that is what I don't know if I was useful. I don't know if Andreas wants to say anything. Sorry if I talk too much.
Okay, so maybe I can just add a little bit. Mr. Keshe called the Mojang, the translation of it is as a brother. So I wouldn't say it's finished at all. It's just more like a state of being that you can achieve to become like a brother or a sister to every living thing, every existing creature here or wherever, so that you basically become friendly and don't need to consume something else than that is already part of yourself. So I think we have a lot to share, Stefania, and time will not fit today to express everything, but to become or to adopt everyone and everything as a part of your family. I think in these words, the Mojang term is very good, fitting and saying what we experienced. So we basically met together in Ghana the first day, and we were already like in a feeling of, as we haven't met for years, but we knew each other for quite some time before. And so I think there was no coincidence in many things that happened down there or later on in China. As I think it really depends on your state, and if you can see yourself as a brother or sister even to yourself and treat yourself and the environment the proper way, it will go into the state of more exploration of what some call the deep space or the infinite potentiality of what we are part of. And so nicely it's a mirrored version of everything. So it basically means that you also contain everything that is out there inside of you. So, and from that point of view, there is quite well, it's quite often not easy to find words to describe it the proper way, because it's mostly in so many ways, as Keshe used to say, it's in your ears what you see, or it's what you want to see, you project out there. And so basically start from within and as a family, as a group, as a crowd. Thank you.
Excuse me, we did have a hand up previous, but I think it was Danilo. I'm not sure if you still want to talk there, but you can if you wish.
Yeah, hello, thank you, Rick. My name is Danilo from Brazil. Can you hear me?
Yes, clearly. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. So, what was the orientation of Mr. Keshe for you guys to be connected and create this swarm, this flock? You know, you have to empty your mind. I really don't know, just to give you an example, you know?
Yeah, definitely. No, go ahead.
He just answered my question. This is why I lower my hand, you know. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. It's like what you said. Somehow, from my understanding of the emotion and the importance also of the connecting, like the star formation, it was really like seems like that when we connect at the soul level, we contain those fields. We make like a containers between all of us, and we can raise these fields between us of our soul, if you want to call it, of this inner power is inside us, and we can create from there, like
it's like a nano layer that contains the envelope.
Yeah, I think definitely because we stayed I think nearly, I don't know if it was 2.5 months. We stayed together. I don't remember if it was 2 months, 2.5 months. So there was like, yeah, maybe like nano layer that we build up every day, I don't know, because nothing happened straight away. So everything happened gradually, but you could see this progress of things changing in the everything. Like I said to you before, in the beginning, we were, I mean, in my case, try to understanding, try to do a lot of stuff. So we were more in the material. You can say in the material, physical thinking. We were more into thinking, into doing, into try to make the right, try to understanding, try not to fail. And then slowly we moved into the plasma. It's like if we had a scale, from material to gravitational to magnetical, and gradually we changed to the other scale where we let go more, we talk less. Obviously, Mr. Keshe said to us, please don't talk as much when you are on your own. So it was very important that we were not talking. And he also said that when you talk, when you think, is not it. When you think about something, you are not in the soul level. That's why Andreas, when he talked now, I notice it. He tried to bring out the feelings of the Mojang or the sensation, because this is it. The moment you think or you try to do something, is not it. You're already out of track. So it was very, very a challenge for me to not to go into the thinking and start to feel. So Mr. Keshe gave us a lot of exercise as well. But I forgot, for example, the one he taught last Thursday of the headphone. He told that exercise to practice. But sometimes he was making jokes, like he was said, you don't need to practice anything. You need to have a full trust and full letting go. So I, for example, to me, the exercise never stood up. But maybe for Andreas they did. So that's why it's nice they were in two, because we are two different people. But definitely towards the end, we were more into the feelings, into quiet. With Mr. Keshe told that if you meet up at the dreams, that it's the real connection. So if you're in the dreams, I can say, I met Andreas, and I can tell which jacket he had or which shoes he had. And he can confirm to me when we wake up that he was dressed like that. And he guessed the way I was dressed. Then that it was true meeting of connection of the soul. So he tried, Mr. Keshe really tried to start to make us live a life from the soul perspective. And things start to change towards the end. And I can see we do this together now, the same, but we're creating something. We're creating, even in the Mojang, did felt we created something by being connected, and you have all these fields. If you think about fields elevating or creating, changing the environment, I did felt that. I did felt changing the environment. And I did felt a change in the way we were being. And then things start to happen without you doing anything. So yeah. Did I answer your question, Danilo?
Yeah. Thank you. Do you think
so I don't know if Andrea want to say anything. I don't know if you want to add anything.
Yeah. Do you know if Mr. Keshe one day will bring back these teachings of Mojang again? Maybe.
They are recorded. So after we finish the Mojang, whatever he taught us on the Mojang, he taught to you guys in the workshop that are follow the Mojang project. He said that there was maybe a second part. It didn't guarantee that there was a second part, but he said could be yes, could be not. But I don't think that we are on Mojang and we're doing the Mojang now. So I think it's a lot up to us, because a lot of Mr. Keshe has been shared already, and we already have everything we need to make another Mojang here. It's really up to us to go deeper in the understanding now and create another Mojang between all of us. I have to say it was very interesting what he said in a few workshops ago, where he said that we Mojang, we were given do you remember? I don't know if you heard it, Andreas. Few or Rick, a few public workshop ago, he said that we were as Mojang, we were given opportunity. We could have done a lot if we would have understood even deeper. This is my interpretation of what he said, of what he taught to us. So you never know if we go deeper now, and then we can do more still. But no one can stop us really to do anything. Really, it's all up to us. I really believe that if we want to create another Mojang, all of us together, or us four, or we can do. It's actually, I think it's very easy to do, because the result came pretty quickly. But that's why it's very important to get this unity, because when things start to happen, then you need to know what to do. It's like if you're driving a Ferrari and you don't know how to drive, very easily you're gonna make an accident where you're gonna get serious damage. So if you want to have a fast car, definitely. This is my understanding of the Mojang. We've been given a fast car like a Ferrari, and we start to drive this Ferrari, and the engine start going, and we didn't know what to do with it. In my case, I remember me having fear and stop. When we were doing the fly the last time. No, so you need to have this deep. Letting go, unconditional love. So it's not for nothing that Mr. Keshe keeping say to us, bring peace inside you. Because if you got peace inside you, you will not have a fear. Because this technology has got no space for fear. This elevation into the other level has no space for fear. So you cannot have a fear for this. So you need to pass the level. You need to grow. So if you want to drive this fast car, you need to pass the level, no? So you need not to have a fear. You need to have a full trust. You need to let go, because to me it was that feelings when we did this, when Mr. Keshe asked us to fly. By then we created condition to fly. Okay, so I lift and drop sideways, and lift and drop. Start to rotate, my beat changed. Also, all these things happened. But then you need not to have a fear, and you need to have like a feelings like you're ready to die. Are you ready to full letting go of everything you got now? Are you really ready to let go everything? Like if you're about to kill yourself or suicide yourself, are you ready? Are you reaching that point that you're ready to let go fully? So all these things need to be in place. I don't know if they come together because another things happen. I have to say the truth. As the Mojang going forward, and to me, we were more moving into the plasma state. I remember I couldn't feel anything negative. So maybe in the environment, creating the condition, you naturally, maybe you will not have fear, or naturally you will let go fully. So I think that maybe is the effortless way to do it, of creating the condition. That's why it's very, very important to spread the guns every Sunday, to connect between us as much as we can at the soul level, to do a conditional giving, find peace inside you, because all this create condition for us to then effortless, not having fear, have a full letting go for when this mechanism will start to happen. Because these mechanisms are happening as consequences, as a consequence of what we created. So the happening is a fact. The universe works in this way. So if you go into star formation, for a fact, you're gonna make the inner core, you know, this inner force that happened between us. You know, we were no scientists, we were no mathematician. We just connect. We just connect at the soul level, like we do now with the 5 minutes. So that's why Mr. Keshe said you don't realize the power you're going in within. Yes, we don't realize it because this power is working. So the moment we connect, things start to happen. That's why we need to create condition where it happen effortlessly. So that's why we need to share knowledge. I think I said enough now. So yeah. I don't know if Andreas wants to add anything.
Stefania, I think, yeah, that's a great idea. Maybe we can go to the workshop all together and consider building a fast car. So yeah, we can talk about that for hours, of course. Let me know when you would like to. I'm basically free, so you choose the time.
You mean like doing a workshop like weekly on the Mojang? So it can be done in longer times, because it's true, you know, we can talk here for hours and hours and hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had more. I don't remember all the exercises, you know, if you're in two, we remember more and we can share more.
Yeah, I think we need to practice in some ways, even it means doing nothing. So that is maybe that is what went from the beginning of the teaching until these days, that health or well-being, everything of that, and well feeling yourself means more connection. And I think we need to practice some basic practices that can help everyone more understand themselves, and this self experience will bring you joy. So that's all I can say so far.
Why don't we create a weekly teaching or meeting about the Mojang, so we can talk about this and maybe try to do something?
Yes, please choose a time. I can be there.
Yeah, it's brilliant. We can also look the workshop that Mr. Keshe taught, because as I said, what he taught to us, he taught to you as well. We can look for those workshops and breaking down, I don't know, anyway, or maybe we guys decide together the way to go forward. But me too, I'm happy to, you know, share as much as I can to, so we all learn from this.
I think it's important that we need to understand words don't do all the work. We can understand something, but if I name a tree, everyone else will have a different image of that tree. So we need to find some. I think we are here to translate, Stefania, because we I think all agree that it's sometimes a bit cryptic, the teachings, and it was my need, my most intended thing to do, to understand more what it means for me in my life being and existing and all that's happening. So it's coming all together now, and I think Danilo might not be just the only one who would like to know more about cars and tracks.
Yeah, because it is something very huge, very amazing, and I need to know everything about this. If you guys want to do something, call me on Telegram. Stefania have my contact. We can do something. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna if as you said, Danilo, if many of you, there are some of you, or even if it's just you, we can do this workshop. And like Andrea said, we have to pick up one day. I would definitely, one day where will be easy for most of us to be present. Yeah, perfect for me, no problem. I don't know if there are other questions or.
Hello, here is the Austrian Andreas. We had a few months the idea with Jalal and also Danilo and also the Spanish community that we make every week a workshop in another language room. And that would be also an idea so that every language around the world could participate, and the other languages then are translating. So if you are, for example, in the Italian meeting room, it's in Italian and English, and all other languages are translating. And one time it's in the German meeting room, and all others are translating. And so we could go around the world with it.
Yeah. If I can add, is the Jalal teaching tomorrow, okay? And we can create a lot of rooms, and you can do simultaneously translation. And we can use this space to do it, the Mojang. If you guys want to do, is tomorrow.
What time?
I don't know the time in the CET. Do you know, Andreas, the CET time? I just know the Brazilian time.
9:30 PM CET.
But I have...
Tomorrow is Thursday, no? Not tomorrow, Thursday, 9. Yeah, I mean, I'm available.
Because we have the French community, the Spanish, the Germans, the Brazilian, and the English. And we have like a lot of people, 50 people. We can do it tomorrow if you guys are available. Are you and Andreas, the first Andreas?
Tomorrow, Wednesday would work, yeah.
So I think we can do it tomorrow. Call me on Telegram, okay?
No. We said it now. We said yes. So now we just need someone to make the page. But yeah, we're in. So just send us the ID, and so now we got one planet, one city, one center to announce that, so everyone can come tomorrow. Everyone is welcome.
Is there a Zoom room number or some contact so that people can access that?
I can provide that, Rick.
Okay, great.
Andreas, we use the one that they use in tomorrow. Which one do you use, Danilo, tomorrow?
I use one account that we pay together in Brazil. It's not official, But if you want to do officially, just give me the room. You choose.
Dan put a link in the chat here. Is that the link that you want to use?
Do you want me to share this room, this link? Mine?
Dan put a link in the chat. Is that the link that you want to use?
Yes. This is
Okay, let's use this one. I don't
Yeah,
know,
let's
it's
use
fine,
this one.
it's fine, Andreas. Yeah.
Yep.
So Andreas is 9:30 on the CET time. Is it? Just to confirm.
Yes, 9:30 p.m. CET.
Okay. So see you guys there. Thank you. Thank we.
Thank you.
Yeah, how much you are paying, guys?
You know, Jalal, you are free tomorrow. Vacation.
No,
for
is
you.
invited. Jalal is invited. Because
Yeah, I know.
Now I am invited.
He's part of it. Yeah. Because he give us a good. You know, everyone had his own knowledge to it. So you are coming tomorrow.
Okay, we need someone to sell the tickets for tomorrow.
In space, there are no tickets.
We are here.
Stefania,
Yeah.
and have you been in contact with Mickey?
We put see, after the Universal Council asked me to invite the Mojang, I put the announcement in the Mojang chat, and Andrea is the first one to reply, and the other two Mojang, they will have time to read. We can share now this attachment in the Mojang chat, and they will welcome to come tomorrow if they wanted to.
Yeah, the last time I spoke to him, he was living here in Argentina, in Cordova.
And is the time okay, or is it difficult time?
No, it's all right. 9:30 p.m. is a good time. Well, I forget. Well, we got the Spanish teaching, but that's in the Spanish group. I opened the classroom, and there's no problem.
You know, do you guys need? Do you guys prefer to do with English speaking? Then I translate to Portuguese, or you want to do it only English and people talk over your voice?
It's easy for you. I have no preference. What is easy for everyone. But so the Spanish cannot. Yet there is a journey tomorrow. We should be. Yeah, we do overlap. We overlapping things maybe, or I don't know. But tomorrow there is a Spanish the same time as the Mojang.
No, the Spanish, they finish their meeting and they always come to our meeting.
Okay, perfect.
It's right after.
I'll tell Liliana about it. Yeah.
Okay, so it's fine. Okay, so you can join us after. Yes, to me is as you prefer doing whatever you are used to. We fit in.
Yeah, so call me on Telegram and we can talk about this tomorrow, like 30 minutes earlier.
I note that Zoom has the, I think it's called the breakaway room feature now, so that you can actually set up languages and not interfere with each other so much.
Yeah, and we will broadcast on the YouTube, the Keshe Foundation Brazil.
Okay, if you progress YouTube, then it's good because it can go also. Whatever you find much easier for everyone. So if you think it's easier that we speak English and then everyone translate in the background, or if you prefer to do like you said before, for me is literally what you prefer. Obviously, what I noticed.
I think we must translate to Portuguese because we will be broadcasting live on the Brazilian YouTube Keshe Foundation.
Okay.
Yes, it's also easier for the translators, I believe, if there is a little bit break and not only English in once, so we have a little bit more time to translate.
Okay, perfect.
You know, Stefan, a long time ago I wanted to do this, and I think now is the time. And I thank you.
Yeah.
You know, if you let Stefania talk, she's riding a Ferrari. You cannot catch up with her.
You talk about you don't talk about me. You're the one who took Ferrari.
Maybe you could call the workshop "Your Soul is a Race Car" or something like that.
The soul is a Ferrari.
Something about that. Yeah, your soul is a Ferrari. How to drive your soul, your Ferrari.
Stefania's second name is Enzo.
So has anyone got more questions, or we pass to the next topics?
I have one more question, which is you were talking about the starship star configuration or the tetrahedral type shape of the 4-person configuration, and you mentioned that one person or one of the seats would be elevated more than the others. And that gives the geometric configuration. So the person in that elevated seat, do they have a special function? Are they the one that might be considered the captain or commander of the spaceship in a way? Or is the energy directed through that person, upward or something like that? Is there anything you notice that way?
Yes, definitely. So the day before, Mr. Keshe really went in the details of what's going to happen. So he said, tomorrow you're going to have to fly. And then he explained the fact that, you can be a spaceship. So your body is a spaceship because you also have the star formation inside you. Or you can make it into four people can create a spaceship. And he clearly said that obviously he went through the fact that there are different universes. There is the physical universe where there are physical spaceship. So you have the 3 reactor in the bottom, and then you prepare a base, and then the top will be the 4th will be making the mothership. So the same things he said when you are in four people. He said, make sure you sit in different height, three of you, and then the 4th one has to be higher. Make sure you have a space underneath, so you are not straight sit on the floor. We had to have a chair with space underneath. So for the 3 people, they were sitting different chairs. And then the 4th one has to be much higher. So it has to be, so the 3rd one was on a table. He said the day before, he said, practice with the window closed, away from the window, practice indoor, away from the window has to be closed. And then he said, one of you will lift. And he was referring to the top one. And he said, and then the one who will lift will become the mothership. And also he referred that the one who will lift, it will be, it's like the captain, not be scared. He said to her not to be scared. And he really took her through the steps and what will happen. And I just tell you what I remember, because it was 2017. I never did it like Gelard suggested to write it down. So this is what no. And then when we were to practice, he just said, you rotate between us, go into self-formation, and then stay a little bit like this, and then rotate between us. So he didn't say who has to be the captain. He didn't say it. But he did say Stefania, you start on the table. So he kind of make a start in that way, where where I supposed to be like at the top, and then the other 3 modules at the bottom. So this is how we started. So I was on the table. So, but it didn't say that like you're gonna be the captain. So he just said that you start, then if nothing happened, guys, you rotate, and then rotate again, you know, and I have to say that to me, with Waiting Star Formation, like every evening we used to do in silence. By then, things were happening very quickly. I mean, this is my own experience that I remember. But then to get in, it's like if you go into a state, I don't know. For example, in my case, I was keeping the eyes slightly open just because in one of the teaching, Mr. Keshe just said, because you pick up whatever you want from what Mr. Keshe teach. And to me, I remember when he said, keep your eyes slightly open. So I personally, I was keeping my eyes slightly open and fixed to a point. And he said, in this way, you're connected with the universe. No? So to me, that stood up in my mind. So this is what I did. It didn't went into the way you should sit. So it didn't say you have to be cross leg or straight. It didn't say anything on that. It just said different heights and space between. So I remember that things change to me, in my memory, in my mind, maybe it's different from Andreas, the things change very quickly. And so the heartbeats start to change. I remember noise on the back of the throat. I could hear the other motion to make some noise, but I just couldn't tell what it was. And me really, really not thinking, because when you think, you break the whole things. So you have to be in the feelings, so anyway, so the heartbeat definitely was the first thing that changed. Then you feel this energy in my case, I felt this energy coming from underneath me, from underneath, from the bottom, you know, underneath, going up. I don't know where this energy was coming from, but I could feel it was strong and get higher and higher and higher. So much higher that I remember my leg become very light, my arm become very light, everything started to float. So I lift from the table and then going sideways and drop again down. So it was like hopping sideways on the table. So I was lift, going sideways, drop down, lift, sideways, down. It was just hopping. So luckily we had a long table, you know. And then this rotation happened. And then this rotation happened really, really, really fast. So fast, and this energy was escalating. It was like this energy is like an engine, like I said to you before, it was like an engine that started from nowhere, and this energy coming from underneath, and it would just escalating more, that you are forced to let go. There is no other way to put it. And this rotation going, the only things I can say, this rotation, when we talked to Mr. Keshe the following day, he said very clearly, the rotation happened only because you were not straight. So from there, I know now that I have to be straight. You know, next time I go and start formation, I'm straight now. Because he said that this force, they come from underneath, you should have go out from the head, top of the head. And to do that, you have to be straight. And because I was tilting, it was go out of my shoulder, and that what created the rotation of the body. But that rotation not supposed to happen. I'm not supposed to rotate. I'm supposed to lift even higher, no? So, and I think that would happen if, but he said that subconsciously, I had the fear and I wanted to stop this. The only things I can remember was to reach the point of not coming back. For me, was that you reach to a point where you're full letting go, you know, and I couldn't let I couldn't full letting go. you know. So that's why we have to practice daily our unconditional giving, unconditional letting go in everyday life. Now I value, to me, I value like gold. When during the day something happened to you, I don't know, maybe a person you're living with, your relatives, they're testing you, they're doing something you don't like, and you have to let it go. It means you have to pass the level. So now every problem that we have, even the problem that there are on the world now, you know, like I was reading the chat, and this person said that there is this problem happening in the world now, people are suffering, you know. These are all things for us to pass level, for us to get more united, get more unconditional giving, get more, because without that, now I understand more and more, that's why we need to have a peace to use this technology, because if you don't have the full letting go, when you have this force coming inside you and you start to lift off the floor and you start to shooting like a star, if you don't have the full letting go, you will do like I did. Stop the whole things. You will not, it's like you cannot pass in the level unless you're ready. I don't know how to put it, but that's why I hope this practice that we're gonna do with Andreas, it will help us to have a better understanding and have more confidence in what we can do, and then do it, you know, because we will do it. Yeah, so, yeah. So I don't know if I answered my question, Rick.
Yes, thank you, Stefania. You've been very clear today with your answers and observations. Thank you very much.
So you do feel it first. That's what struck me. You know, that's why that's what I can wait to teach more and more about the Mojang, because that happened to me. That happened. You know, I felt it. You know, so, and I'm not a scientist, so why could not happen to you? Why could not happen to Danilo? Why could not happen to Jalal? What is the difference between you and me and everybody else? You know, so we can do it. So that is the proof. I think that was the reason why Mr. Keshe want to do the Mojang, because it happened, and so that is a confirmation that this is not a joke. So that is the confirmation of the inner power that we have. So we got responsibility now that we know that we have it, to master it and learn about it, and not start to feel powerless of the things happening around us.
Yeah.
Sorry, who talking? Sorry, because maybe I say something that.
No, Mehran's microphone open there. I just
yeah, I don't know if she want to say something about it.
Yes, I think there's something that my wish has, because I'm out and not set. So
I can barely hear you, Mehran. It's your microphone is really fuzzy. Do you have it connected?
Yes.
That's better. Thank you.
All right. Yes, I have. So because I'm outside, I didn't want to finish. I think there's a problem with the wishes because my wish hasn't. Okay, so I make my wish before my charge is finished. You don't mind, Estefania. So
no, go ahead.
See. Yeah, it was about the pictures again about a small country called Yemen, and it's the 7th year of war of this poor small country. So my wish is I give from my soul and heart for peace and justice in Yemen.
I'm present, thank you.
Thanks. It reminded me because we hear about peace these days, and we forget some other places which they are underfed and children are dying, thousands, tens of thousands, school ruined, hospital ruined. So we are all part of the same family.
Okay, thank you, Marinez.
You're welcome.
Yeah, but that's why it's very important to share the knowledge of the Mojang, because a lot we can do, all of us. So if you multiplied what we did in 4, and if all of us we start to get deeper understanding of the plasma technology, then with all the problems are solved. So all in one, every nation, every person, every situation can be solved in one go if we understand this knowledge deeply. That's why it's very, very important to share the Mojang.
It's knowing the totality, knowing the totality with love and sincerity. I have done the lifting with love and intention. I have done contact with other people from other place to be in a reunion from another place. And if we really understand the essence of what Mr. Keshe says and mix it with other true knowledges we have, just the workshops are good enough. As you said, we can make it also by the workshops and our knowledge, our knowledge of soul.
Yeah. Thank you, Maranas. Yes, so we have to just keep going, sharing knowledge, and just keep going, basically. What we
not to have fear, and as you said, feel like fear of losing everything, fear of not knowing where it goes, but having a strong trust based on our actions in life and sincerity. And that takes a lot of trust.
I think the trust and the letting go, all these results, of a state of being, I think are come automatically with the unconditional giving. So the moment we give unconditionally and understand what did that mean, that we come again as one. We get peace, we get trust, we get no fear, we get so it's like if you need to just focus on one thing and by open one door, ironically we will open the whole doors. So we can just focus on one thing, that is unconditional giving, and that will give the whole. So this is what
it comes slowly. It comes slowly, the trust, that kind of trust. And we have to be able to love and respect somebody profoundly to make a star formation with people. That being able to love so much, to respect so much, and concentrate. And that happens by itself. And we have to know the star formation, we have to know the triangles, and that's it.
Thank you. I finished to talk as well, so I don't know if anyone wants to say anything. Yeah.
I was going to say there's a lot of things that we could talk about this, and that's why the workshop's being brought up, I think, at this time tomorrow. And it'll be sort of an extension of the ideas that were brought up today. And there's probably not enough room in this workshop for all the details, but it would be really nice to get a bit more each week from you, Stefania. This way it's very enlightening for people to hear about these lessons that you've learned through practical application of the knowledge and through your own experience. And that's the important part. And you've learned certain things from it, obviously, and it's good to pass that knowledge or that understanding on to others so they have an opportunity to practice it and experience it as well.
I'm very happy that Andrea is with me as well, that he's here today. I think it's great because it's brilliant. Yeah, and I hope also the other Mojang coming too. And we share more and more and more. Yeah, brilliant.
Hello, everybody. I will have also a wish for all leaders and also for us to help at the soul level to elevate their soul and deactivate all nuclear weapons in order to make them obsolete and unfunctional with the plasma, with our plasma science and knowledge. Because from both sides, there are threats from western part and from eastern part. Sometimes these leaders are uncontrolled, unpredictable, and only at the soul level we can ask kindly them to postpone all these plans to use nuclear weapons in the world. And another, thank you very much.
Salomena, I don't know if you saw this news, but I couldn't verify the source that was where they showed this. I don't know if you saw Rick in the chat where there is this video was circulating in Italy about the UFO being. There was a video of UFO where they reroute a plane that a missile. On the title was happened Ukraine. Happened. I don't know if it was. I couldn't. It was referring to the problem that was happening in Ukraine, but apparently they showed these 3 spacecraft that they were rerouting this plane that had a bomb, and to put it to, it couldn't do any harm, basically. So apparently I thought, wow, this is connecting with more what Mr. Keshe said the last time, that now we're going to be more and more, going to see more and more of the universal community. So I thought that was a good video. I don't know if you saw it, Rick.
If you can send me on Telegram, will be useful. Thank you very much.
I can share the link here.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think
the second, I would like to share with you, but very quickly, that my mother was able to fly, and before dying, she said to me that he had always dreams with me and her flying on the Persian carpet and on the ocean like this, she said, in a ocean, not ocean, but in the air with her. And on my mind just was arising this flower of fly, my wish to fly. And the universe just give me the opportunity to meet some special people who initiated me in energy medicine and other practices. And I was able to fly. And even Adrian from Romania, before becoming knowledge seeker, he invited me to fly together with other friends. And he said like this, send me a message. I never meet him in person, but just I read this message. At 1 o'clock, we start. We make a portal, we open a portal, and we will fly with a spaceship, many people. Please be ready. And I was ready on my bed, lying there, and in alpha state of my radiation of my mind, I was able to see our spaceship unit, this fly unit. Inside, I was there, and I have seen other people inside. And after some times, I was able to see Mars.
The break, there is a very important things that missing.
And we didn't land. I just see. And the next day, Adrian asked me, "What did you see?" And I say what I see. And he said, other people also see the same. And I asked, are you sure we went to Mars? He said, no, it wasn't Mars. It was Venus, because it was orange, dark orange color. And this is my experience. And after many times I fly, and I fly with Mr. Kovac from Romania, from Bragadiru team. We meet there in another, I don't know, maybe in another planet. I'm not sure if it's on our planet or in another planet. And I didn't use star formation. I didn't use anything, only my wish. That's all. Thank you.
NASA is very interested. NASA would pay you very much if you work for NASA. That's
okay.
marvelous.
Thank you, Mehran, and thank you. I think we need to start wrapping up today's show.
My dear Rick, can I add some words? A few words, if I may.
Of course, yes.
Oh, yes. I just want to say that there was a concern by one of our Universal Council, Doug McDonald, dear one, and he is concerned about the rainstorm and devastation happening, flooding in Australia and many parts of the world. This is happening. So I want to make a wish and see through from my heart and soul that I wish and see through my heart and soul all souls of living in Australia and all over the world are creating a dynamic position and protecting them from this condition they don't need always forever. Thank you. And I am present. And I also want to say that when that was very simple, on 22nd February, the architecture of the universal teacher appeared as Mahdi, Shriman M. Keshe, my Messiah. And he was always within us and was so simple. And he has given us the seed. I will talk about it in all the moments coming. The seed to nurture, to take care, to be aware of. And if we grow the seed, then the knowledge, then the outcome is out of comprehension. But if we break, then the destruction is also out of comprehension. And I wanted to add to my dear Moshfek's emotion as he created the vanishing point, as we have learned in the North American Corona team from beautiful teacher Alex, as the point of interaction of both the civilization acting together in love, as my Mashaya, Shriman MT Kresh, Shri Mahadi has already invited us, and we invited them. So there is the beauty of the vanishing point, creating in our own way. So thank you, Moshfik, for creating this vanishing point. And thank you, Stefania, so beautifully. You really, what I can say, we cannot say many words about this beauty and totality you explained. Thank you, Alex. I'm sorry, Andreas. Thank you for coming and sharing your experience of beauty and totality. And thank you, Mehrnaz, Salomia, Mary, and all the knowledge seekers. Thank you very much. Assalam, namaste, salute, beautiful souls. Welcome to the foundation.
I just want to apologize to Salomena because I mean, while I was looking, I put the link of the chat for the spacecraft. You can see. I mean, while I was looking, this thing started. I couldn't stop. So sorry if I interrupt you.
No, it's okay.
Thank you.
Hello, here's Andreas again. I wanted to tell the experience, but I believe it's more time to wrap up. But I can say Austria is opening up on the 4th March with the corona restrictions, and the exhibition in Linz is still running, which is very shortly said extremely beautiful. You can really experience the fields there. And it seems that also people who are not so into plasma technology, who come the first time there, also experiencing wonderful things. And just to know for you, you have to make a date that you get a guided tour, or at least they know that you are coming. And the more and more people want to come now, and especially if it's opened, the restrictions have fallen in Austria, then there for sure will a lot of people come. So you have to plan in advance to make a date there and to plan your trip to Linz. It's really beautiful, and if you have the chance, go to there. Thank you.
Okay, I think we still have some more of the workshop to go through here. So perhaps we should progress if there's no further questions.
This has been done, Rick. We can go forward.
Okay.
This is Shwetanvar. You see Hindi language. Types of the Universal Council members, active members, and you, anybody from anywhere. This is the beauty of it, you know, that we are interdependently free and a variable of ourselves. So contact please in this email number, in our email IDs, and give your advice, sharing, and any beauty you want to share. I said beauty, that is the totality. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here, beautiful souls. I'm going to read this, Beauty. Thank you. We are here to serve, not to be served. The Universal Council. Thank you.
Okay, well, many thanks to the Universal Council for their presentations today and for everybody's interaction as well. And thank you everyone for being here for the workshop. Let me see, there's probably a couple of announcements. We have to, first of all, talk about the workshop on Thursday, the Knowledge Seekers workshop coming up. It will be at, now someone correct me, I think it's at 9 p.m. Central European time, or was it at 6 p.m. Central European time instead of 9 a.m.?
6 p.m.
6 p.m. Okay, thank you, Mark. So the Knowledge Seekers workshop on March 3rd, Thursday, March 3rd, will be at 6 p.m. CET instead of the usual 9 a.m. CET. And that will be for this workshop, just for this specific workshop. So keep that in mind. It'll be, what's that, 9 hours later than usual. And Dan wanted me to mention about the Testimonials meeting, which will be in a couple of weeks in Monday, March 14th. And that starts at 8 p.m. Central European time. And of course, we have the Keshe Plasma Reactor group coming up starting at 7 a.m. Wednesday, March 2nd at the same Zoom number that we use here. And that will be the next public workshop, and people are welcome to bring their replications of the plasma technology and any experiences or concepts you wish to speak about at that time. We're open to many topics and ideas in that meeting.
TV Galactica.
So, TV Galactica. There's so many things. We need a master schedule with all of our stuff on it, I think, especially as we start adding more workshops like we did today.
It'll be at 11 p.m. CET today. TV Galactica. You'll find it on YouTube.
And on Facebook, I believe. Thank you, Mark, for that suggestion. Is there anything else that we're missing that we should be mentioning at this point?
I think in Brazil there is a holiday going on, so today maybe there is no TV Galactica. If Rafael is aware, is here, as Marie informed me. Well, I don't know exactly, but she told me in the telegram that in the telegram you see, she told me that she has recorded for the coming Galactica, TV Galactica. So maybe today is from today there's a holiday in Brazil. Their holiday. I think.
Okay, can anyone confirm that before we break off here? That would be good to find out. Whether the workshop is on or not.
Is there any Danilo? You are here, or Lilian?
Can you repeat the question?
Danilo, my dear, I think that holidays are going in Brazil.
Yeah, carnival.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, my dear. Because for that reason, today is no TV Galactica. It will be in the next Tuesday. Thank you so much.
Yeah, because of carnival. Thank you.
Okay, good. Thanks for clarifying. Okay, I hear the rooster crowing here, so it must mean it's the end of the workshop. So thank you everyone for attending today's 211th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace and Justice here on Tuesday, March 1st, 2022. And I'm going to go out with my favorite spacecraft video with the Flight Enhancement Spaceship Unit music version. So we can clap and dance a little bit to start or end your day as required. Okay.
Rick, I will say clap, clap, and dance.
Okay. Thank you, Sweta.